Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are tackling what I honestly think is the boss fight of linear equations. So, what's the challenge? It's figuring out how to build a powerful predictive equation when all you've got are two simple points. Let's jump right in. I'm not kidding when I call it that. This isn't just one more thing to learn. No, this is where everything you've worked on so far, finding slope, working with intercepts, all of it comes together in one final challenge that really tests your skills. So this is the big question, right? How can you possibly build an entire predictive model from just two little pieces of data? It sounds kind of crazy, but it's a super common and incredibly powerful problem to solve. And by the time we're done here, you'll know exactly how to do it. And here is our roadmap for conquering this thing. We'll start by defining the challenge and checking our toolkit. Then I'll give you a 4-step game plan. After that, we'll practice with a few examples, talk about how to dodge common mistakes, and finish up with why this is such an awesome skill to have. Okay, so what is the 2-point challenge? Well, it's that situation where you're kind of flying blind. You don't know the rate of change, that's the slope, and you don't know the starting point, the y-intercept. All you have are two snapshots in time. Think about it like this. Maybe a company's profits were $50,000 in year 1 and $90,000 in year 3. Our job is to find the single equation that connects those two dots. Now, every hero needs their gear, right? And for this boss fight, there is one absolutely essential formula that you have to have ready to go in your algebraic toolkit. And here it is, the slope formula. Seriously, this is the most critical tool we have. Finding m, that rate of change, is the first key that unlocks this entire puzzle. You know, rise over run, change in y over change in x. However you remember it, just know this formula is your master key. Okay, so we've got our key tool ready. Now let's lay out the game plan. This is our foolproof 4-step strategy that's going to get us the win every single time. And it is so simple. Step 1, use that slope formula to find m. Step 2, just pick one of your 2 points, and hey, here's a little pro tip, always pick the one with the easier numbers. Why make it harder on yourself? Step 3, plug the slope you just found in your point's coordinates into y equals mx plus b and solve for b. And finally, step 4, the victory lap, write out your final complete equation. Just follow these steps, and I promise you can't go wrong. All right, theory's great, but let's actually see this game plan in action. We're going to take on 3 levels of this challenge, starting off with a nice, easy one. Okay, level 1, a classic positive slope. Our mission, should we choose to accept it, is to find the equation of the line that passes right through the points 1, 2 and 3, 8. Step 1, let's calculate the slope. So we take the change in our y values, that's 8 minus 2, and put it over the change in our x values, which is 3 minus 1. That simplifies down to 6 divided by 2. Boom! Our slope m is 3. Now for steps 2 and 3 together. We're going to pick the point 1, 2, just because the numbers are smaller and easier to work with. Now we plug everything we know into y equals mx plus b. So y is 2, our m is 3, and x is 1. That gives us the equation 2 equals 3 times 1 plus b. A little quick algebra, we subtract 3 from both sides, and we find that b equals negative 1. And that brings us to step 4, victory. We've got our slope, we've got our y-intercept, the final equation is y equals 3x minus 1. Level 1 complete. All right, you ready for level 2? This time, we're going to see a negative slope with the points 2, 5 and 4, 1. But don't let that negative sign scare you off. The game plan is exactly the same. So again, step 1 is finding that slope. The change in y is 1 minus 5, which gives us negative 4. The change in x is 4 minus 2, which is 2. So negative 4 divided by 2 gives us our slope. M is negative 2. The only thing you got to do here is be really careful with your signs. Okay, so then we plug our slope and one of our points, let's use 2, 5, into the equation to solve for b. And when we run the numbers, we find that b is 9. And just like that, we have our final equation, y equals negative 2x plus 9. See? The 4-step process just works. And now for the final challenge. Level 3, the horizontal line. The points are 3, 7 and 9, 7. Now, this might look like a trick question, but I'm telling you, our 4-step plan is way smarter than any trick question. So what happens when we do step 1? Did you notice the y values are the same? That means the top part of our fraction is 7 minus 7, which is just 0. And, of course, 0 divided by anything is 0. So our slope is 0.
And this is so cool because it shows a really important idea. A zero slope means you have a perfectly flat, horizontal line. And the equation for that is always just y equals whatever that constant y value is. So our final equation is simply y equals 7. The game plan even works on the tricky ones.
So we've beaten all 3 levels, but you know how it is. Every boss has some trick moves up their sleeve. Let's talk about the most common mistakes so you can learn how to dodge them and make sure you win every time.
This right here, this is the #1 mistake people make. It's mixing up the order of the points. See how in the incorrect version, the x's are flipped? That crisscrosses your data, and it will give you the wrong slope every single time. The rule is super simple. Whichever point you start with for your y on top, you have to start with that same point for your x on the bottom. Just keep your order consistent and you'll be golden.
Okay, so we've conquered the boss fight. What's our reward? What's the loot we get to take home? Well, it's the incredibly powerful real-world use for this skill. This is why it all matters. Let's look at a business, for example. In its first year, a company has 100 customers. By its 5th year, it has 500 customers. You see that? Those are just 2 data points, exactly like the problems we've been solving. We can use this to build a model of their growth. And when we calculate the slope, that's 500 minus 100 divided by 5 minus 1, we get a slope of 100. But in this situation, that's not just a number. It means something. It represents a rate of growth. This business is gaining 100 new customers every single year. That's a powerful piece of information that lets you predict the future, all from just 2 little points in the past. And that really brings us to our final thought. We've seen that this isn't just about X and Y on a page. It's a real tool for prediction. So I'm going to leave you with this question. Now that you have this power, what 2 points in your world could you use to start predicting the future?